Well, welcome to Good Times, or you can say GT Power Sports. So as you can see, we got some jobs that came in that's coming in. God man, I'm ruining my words. So I actually have a 3-seater Honda F12x right here. This is for you can say a friend of mine. He brought it in because he's having jet housing issues. So my job right now is I'm gonna start tearing it down and get it assessed to see what's going on and see if it's clearance between the impeller and the housing. 9 times out of 10 it's the jet housing, but I want to see what else is going on and make sure when we get it fixed, he take off in the water and it's good to go. I'm also, if I do the jet housing, pretty sure it's gonna happen, recommending to do the PTO shaft bearing, the carrier bearing. So I do have a video on Good Times that I rebuilt my jet housing. So what I didn't mention in there is shortly after I ended up changing my carrier bearing as well. So because a lot of times the jet housing and the carrier bearing get neglected on just about any jet ski. They always get neglected. It's just like a drive shaft on a vehicle. Every once in a while you got to change your U-joints. If not, they will fail on you. Same thing with this taking the load from the motor and applying it to the impeller. So you got all that bind on it. It's going to have some wear and tear on it, so it's going to end up needing replacement. Once a year I at least take mine apart or re-grease it just to inspect it, and I throw it back together. Now granted, it's only been a year since I rebuilt mine, but it's still holding on strong. Still, as soon as you hit my throttle, there is not a lick of cavitation and it's gone. So I like that. But I'm gonna go ahead and start tearing this thing down, get it ready for them so I can get them a quote, and hopefully I can get this thing repaired for them. I'm looking, by the way, it looks like it might be towards the end of next week, beginning of the week after, usually how things go with parts. So let me go ahead and get to it and see what I can do with this. So started off by putting it in reverse. You put it in reverse first, then you're gonna have this right here, that's 2 tins. What I did is I grabbed a 10 wrench and a 10 ratchet wrench, and then you're just gonna hand and pull this off. All right, so I got that off. You see the sleeve. I'm gonna keep all this together. Then you're gonna have a couple other parts come out as well. Make sure you keep track of everything. Don't lose it. Don't pawn it. Don't auction it. You're gonna need it. And this is another thing. This is just a bushing, plastic bushing. And then now I'm gonna pull these off, which is a 12. So like this, see how that is? Don't lose that. Or you can do this with it. That's what I usually do. Take them, put it back in. So this is an actual bolt and you got a lock nut right here. This one was loose. What I'm gonna do is tighten it up. I ain't gonna worry about that later. And then this is gonna go back on it just so I don't lose nothing. And then you're gonna need cutting pliers, because watch this. They got this, I don't know if you can see, but there's this hose right here. So you undo this hose, just that little, it's a tie strap. You're gonna cut it off. And then I'm gonna get a flat head and pry that up. Let me see if I can do it with my hand. Usually they're forgiving. There you go. So that's moved out the way. And then you're gonna have these 4 nose cone bolts, which is 12 mils. So you can just get your extension set up with that. The Honda's good for it. They don't really give me trouble. Probably number 8 or 9 I did. I'm getting my experience up with these things, I'll tell you that. There you go, nose cones off. Set that right here. And then now it's the jet housing. So with this one, let me just double check, make sure nothing's in the way. But deep down in there, there's 4 more 12 mil bolts. Let me get my longer extension. Mac Daddy. Let's get Mac Daddy on clean this wood. So put Mac Daddy on the bolt back there. And that clean this wood, eat. So let's see if she gives loose. Oh, she was that, yeah. That's actually pretty easy. So get it loose, pull it out. Okay. And then that is the jet housing. Oh yeah, she's real good shape. It's probably just the bearings. So let's go ahead and get her rolled up. Yeah, you can see the clearance. On one side right here is greater to here than in here. And she's rubbing, you can see where it's scoring at. So we definitely have some issues, and I could grab it and move it. So there is play. Good thing his jet housing really is in good shape. So we're gonna get this thing rebuilt. We're gonna get that PTO bearing changed out, and customer should be good after that. So let me go ahead and get a quote rolled up, and I'll bring y'all back whenever it's time to get this done and installed back on the ski. Well, we're back on the jet ski, Nikki. We have the stuff to rebuild your jet housing. We had to wait for a new clip. We got that this morning. So I'm going to actually assemble it, and let's see what we got going on. Shop been kind of busy. We just got your kit in, so we're gonna go ahead and get that done. Hopefully today or tomorrow, which is today's Thursday. Today you should be getting a call on getting it back. Well, if you see this video, you done got the call. So let's go ahead and walk back. I'm gonna get to your jet housing. Yeah, we got your main bearing right here. Go ahead and get that done. I'm gonna do that in the hall. We're not gonna go in full detail on this jet housing. I got it all cleaned up, as you can see. Everything's all cleaned up in it. We got the shaft ready. I just gotta put the other bearing on it. So let me go ahead and put this thing together. I'm gonna put the link in the video to me actually rebuilding it if you want to learn that step. We're gonna cut it back to me putting it back on a jet ski for Nikki, and we're gonna continue back with Good Times after that. So we're getting back to the jet ski, the jet housing, putting the jet housing back on. And today been a full freaking day. Now back to this project right here. I did find another block. You can't really see it, but there's, when I got the Tahoe and the head gasket were bad, and I ended up going ahead and getting the heads resurfaced and everything checked out, replaced everything in them. I even did the trunnion upgrade ready for the cam install. Well, come to find out, I took it apart and I started inspecting everything because I see the oil residue from where the valve seals is bad. But if you look inside, you can't really see it because I don't have the lighting right here. The damn water got to me. So our neighbors in the back, they have a motor they sold me. I'm gonna have to strip that down, take the block, get it inspected, probably throw some new bearings in it. Well, of course, throw some bearings and some rings, and then hopefully, I wouldn't mind because it is putting a fresh block back in. You know, it's gonna, my rotating assembly and everything's gonna be fresh in the Tahoe with the fresh top end cams and all that. So that's not too bad. I just now I gotta come up with more money. Well, besides the point, what I'm doing is getting back to this guy's jet ski. Now, it is an F12 turbo, and I gotta change that bearing down there. Oh, this is gonna fight me. So I do see is some clips that you can just pop. You push the center in with a flat Phillips screwdriver or anything you can find. You push the center in, and then that cover comes off. You probably can't see her down here. Let me go ahead and take that off, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. All right, now you can probably see what I'm talking about down there. I gotta replace that bearing. Oh, this is an awkward position. I gotta replace that bearing with that coupler. I'm gonna be doing it all in one time. So I need 12. I actually need some cotton pliers to pull that thing off of there. 12, and I'll slide the shaft back and see what I got going on. I probably need to pull, I don't remember what size that is. Let me go get everything ready. The 3-seaters, let me tell you, it's a little pain in the ass to reach in there, but I ended up getting it. So this shaft right here, now I can finally pull it out. So this is how I was gonna go in there. I'm gonna clean it up before I put it in there and put everything fresh on it. Yeah, it was bad. The jet housing, it needed to be rebuilt. Let me put that over here so I don't get his jet ski all nasty. So this is what's gonna happen. You got this that goes on there. Well, this is first. This goes on the shaft, then this rod's on it. So it's gonna be sitting like that on there. It's hard to do it with one hand, but you get the drift on that. This right here is gonna be Loctited, and it's gonna be put in the center right here. So what I'm doing whenever I get in there, I got this just to hold it in place, and it's going to be a 14, and then you just break it loose. Once you break it loose, it's not all that bad. unscrew it off, and then you should be good to go on this. It fights you in the angle it's at. So we have this, which is new. We're going to replace this main carry bearing and this coupler right here. So the old one, where I have the old one at? Okay, so this is the old one. They sit in there like this, and it's so the metal don't hit each other. Whenever the jet ski actually torques over, it actually rides and hits against this. It's to kind of take some of the load off of it, and so you don't damage the actual I can't think of the name. Camera always gets me on the spot. So but that's what this is. I'm replacing this as well to give him, make sure he don't have no drag on that. It's all tight. Putting a new bearing on it. He should have absolutely no cavitation. I'm gonna have to put it in the water just to check it, and then to where I know the customer's good to go. But that's what we're doing today. There should be 3 bolts, and they are 12 mil. I'm seeing if I can get to it all with this ratchet wrench. It is an angled ratchet wrench, in case you're wondering. I must just see if I can get to all 3 of them with just this. I might need a ratchet. I could probably get, actually talking about it, I could probably give me an electric ratchet in there. So let me see what I got. Let me see if I can do that and make life a little easier. All right, so I was able to use a electric ratchet. I was able to use electric ratchet in there, so if y'all do decide to do that, y'all can. It was not hard. I didn't do them all the bolts all the way. I did it a good way and did it in my hands so nothing drops. And as you can see, these are the bolts right here with the washers. This right here is going to be sitting like this in the hole. You're going to have this grease line right here. I undid it from the zert itself, the grease zert. As you can see right here. My bad about the camera skills. So I undid my tie strap right there, pulled the line off, and just pulled it through, because it's a little more to fight in that cage, that fiberglass cage. It's a little more of a hell to get this one off, so I just pulled it all the way through, and I'm gonna actually fish it through whenever I get this back in there. So I got the jet housing over here. Went ahead and greased up the O-ring, this O-ring right here, and don't forget this. That's a water passage. So let's go ahead and put this on there. It's gonna go like this. This is gonna be on this side of it. You're gonna wanna kind of fight it a little bit when you're putting it on there to line these splines in. What the hell you want? Well, Mr. Nicky, here we go. We finished everything. Jet housing, carrier bearing, coupler. Let's see what she sounds like. No more rattle. So you should be good to go. Everything should be ready. And thank you for bringing it to us. We appreciate the work. Well, I'll see you later.
The sun is coming up, are you ready to go? We can take a ride, we can take it slow. Your will is my law, I'ma let you be the boss, 'cause I'll go where you go. I'll take you to a place we can see it all.